Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Good day. Good morning.
Good morning, good day,
evening,
wherever
Japan.
you are. Those who are just tuning in for the first time, the Ninja Robot Podcast is a news segment we do every Friday, which covers all of the week's top news in maker, robotics, games, arcade, esports, and Surrogate news. Surrogate being the company that we work for, the startup here located in Espoo, Finland. This is episode 9? Episode 9. So pretty cool. We're on a roll here. Do this every single week. But first, we'll start off this podcast with the top news that we've seen this week. And this one affected us this past week. And that is that AWS Amazon web outage breaks vacuums and doorbells.
What?
Yeah, so an outage with Amazon's web infrastructure left smart home enthusiasts unable to use basic household items. Amazon Web Services is a huge part of the company's business and backbone of the internet's most popular sites and services. A widespread U.S. outage late on Wednesday disrupted many of those services. Robot vacuums and smart doorbells suddenly stopped working in people's homes. Widespread problem. Here's a quote. "I can't vacuum because U.S. East 1 region is down." So some people couldn't even vacuum in their house because this AWS went down.
But why would they make the Roomba in such a way that if you don't have internet connection, it just... Like, that if you don't have a server connection, you can't even run it?
Yeah, you couldn't even vacuum.
But
I guess everything was stored in the cloud, probably, like your map of your house. So...
That makes
I guess it's not stored
sense.
locally on those.
That makes no sense at all.
It says, welcome to the future, replied another user. The iRobot company, makers of popular Roomba robot vacuum, acknowledged the widespread problem. An AWS outage is currently impacting our iRobot home app. Please know that our team is aware and we're monitoring the issues and blah, 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 blah. And its interruption is impacting Ring, which you might know being those smart doorbells. So people's doorbells weren't even working.
Well, okay, with the
that's pretty
with
weird.
the doorbells, maybe I can understand at least somewhat. But with the vacuum cleaners, everything happens on the robot itself. It makes no sense to keep the map in the cloud because then you just have to spend so much on the cloud infrastructure for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty...
Who designed this? Who's the infrastructure?
But the thing is that this affected us in this last week too. We had an AWS outage. And we were getting some really weird stuff happening.
But that was something else. It was related to the firewall thing they have, I guess. So we use this.
It might be a separate thing than this, but it affected us as well.
Yeah, I
something
read
was happening in Amazon.
I read that there were also some other companies having the same issue, and a bunch of there was like it's not just that. There was like a bunch of game servers not working. Everything was just going like.
Okay.
Somebody, I think The Verge wrote that's like half of the internet is pitch black, right, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened last week. Amazon, I haven't found, has said anything specifically to these things, but we were affected. A bunch of other people were affected.
I don't know. It's just so weird. You know, people always say that, you know, big monopolies, if there's like huge monopolies that they can take control and, you know, it will be bad. The worst is if their software breaks because everybody uses AWS.
Yeah, and your whole house, you can't
nothing
your
works.
microwave.
Yes.
I can't make food.
I can't.
And then you sue Amazon because you went starved.
I can't open my fridge because it uses AWS servers to protect
to unlock it.
Because I'm on this special diet and I can only open my fridge at certain times.
Or the child lock stayed on my fridge. I'm dying over here.
You're just like sitting in your apartment, cross-legged on the floor. You're like, nothing works.
Wait.
I can't even go to the, what was that, Whole Foods now? It just takes like Amazon payments. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
even pay because AWS is down. My money
somebody made
doesn't work.
like a kid's stroller, like, you know, like a little cage for like a small kid. What is it called? Like, you know, when you're a little, like 6 months baby, so
like
you don't
a baby
get a
cage?
Well, kind of,
like
yeah.
that.
And they made it in a
Cradle?
way that it has a button that you press and it opens, and it all uses
And it
AWS.
traps your kid inside.
And the kid is just trapped.
I can't even access
And
my
Alexa
kid.
is like, sorry, AWS server 1 issue cannot connect.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Who made this?
But yeah, Mordecai said that it was a global issue apparently from their webpage, so everybody was affected. That's kind of funny. Like everybody at the same time. Is that?
It's
that,
the
Coincidence?
scalpers. It's those PS5 scalpers. They overused
Can you
it.
imagine if they have like access to cameras, home security cameras, or something? They're just watching everybody suffer at the same time, like Tokyo, Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're not going to see that promo video come out though. Probably on YouTube, on Amazon's YouTube.
It doesn't
account.
sound too legal.
Hey, check this out. This lady was crying because she couldn't open her microwave.
All we did was reset our servers, and here's what happened.
But
Yeah.
the most annoying part to me was when we checked the AWS status, everything is operational. There's just one tiny issue.
Yeah, one tiny issue that's affecting the entire
Everything
world.
works. Everything's
But
on
it's a
fire.
small issue.
It's a small
I mean,
issue.
our website basically worked.
Not.
I mean, you could see a purple background.
At
The
times.
background loaded.
Sometimes
50% of the time,
it was
all
just
the time.
widescreen. Like
No.
that's the new one.
I don't know if there's people on the chat here on YouTube. If you guys were playing, let us know. How bad was it on our games?
Yeah, but it only affected like a couple hours, and
Yeah.
then it was back.
But these are going to get more and more common as like we have seen
Probably.
Cloudflare. When Cloudflare goes down, the whole internet goes down, and these are just gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah, as more people adopt a single service, everything gets wrapped up into that one service, and when it goes down, you're screwed.
All you need to do is just hijack access from two developers, one from AWS, one from I don't know Azure or Cloudflare, as you mentioned, and you're good to go. You can end the internet for some time,
Yeah.
just like that.
All right, let's move on to the first topic of the news this week, and that is always Maker News. All right, following along with the whole vacuum. Wait a minute, what just happened here? Why is there noise coming from this vacuum?
Because
Picture.
vacuums make noise.
No, this doesn't make any sense.
Why does it sound like a
Anyways.
spaceship from Star Wars?
Yeah, those are weird. Anyways, following along with the vacuum, I found some makers at the University of Maryland, and I got this on Hackaday, and it says, "Shh, robot vacuum lidar is listening." So there are millions of IoT devices out there in the wild, and though not conventional computers, they can be hacked with alternative methods, from firmware hacks to social engineering. There's lots of ways to break it. The researchers at University of Maryland have published a new hack that allows you to audio capture using the LiDAR sensors in the vacuum cleaners. This is what I think our Xiaomi vacuum cleaner is doing. They are for sure listening to our LiDAR.
I'm pretty sure they just have a microphone there. It's cheaper than to make this whole algorithm.
No, but it's the thing is, anybody opens it up, they'll find a microphone,
But how
and
do
then
they
get
do
shut
it?
down.
Do they like see the vibrations in air and based on that?
Yeah, it's basically old tech. Like you shine a laser and you see it bounce back, and by the vibration of the laser,
you can identify the way. I mean, that makes sense. It's not that complex, probably. You just have to have a really quick LiDAR because,
Yeah, and could like
and some algorithm that takes into account
it
all
has to
that.
be a pretty good laser beam and
Yeah.
high quality.
I don't know, man.
They're even doing it with some low quality stuff.
Really?
They say it's actually best at the dock where the thing charges also, which, is perfect if you really want to listen to everybody and make some vacuum. But anyways, if you dock it on the wall, you get the best reflections off the wall, and they're achieving 90% accuracy of the audio just from their Roomba vacuum.
It's not bad. I mean,
So your vacuum is probably listening to you. This is an interesting article. It's on Hackaday. Shh, robot vacuum LiDAR is listening. It doesn't tell you exactly what they did, but they're using some deep learning algorithms to identify speech and audio sequences, and then it sort of takes out all the other useless stuff, and then you can actually hear
see,
things.
the thing is, I don't understand why are people so concerned about this, and I'll explain to you why.
It's called privacy.
No,
but-
your phone listens to you all the time.
Yeah.
Google listens to you all the time. Any
No, I
other
turn all
app,
that stuff off.
it does.
Everything
Oh,
listens
I
to you.
turn
I
it off.
swear, like, if we
Turn it
have,
off.
if I have a conversation, I had this today. I was having a conversation on WhatsApp with a few of my friends, and then one of my friends, 10 minutes later, he a post came off Facebook that was exactly what we talked about, and it's something that he doesn't follow or like anything on Facebook. He
Were
sent a
you
screenshot.
They all
Chatting
listen
it
to
or
you.
like
So
actually
when you
voice?
think,
We were chatting,
Like
and
text.
and there was a few voice messages as well.
Okay, well from text it's easy.
Yeah.
They all listen to you. So we just live in this weird world where algorithms can listen to you.
Shane's
people
not
can
impressed.
listen to you.
He's not impressed by
I
this.
turn all that stuff off.
I just
Sure.
go
Turn the
with it.
lights off. Put foil on the walls.
Yeah.
You're safe.
That explains
You're
why you
safe.
sometimes come with a foil hat to work.
Yes.
Yes.
Tinfoil hats.
I mean,
They
but
definitely
honestly,
help.
like, if someone wants to steal my information, if I'm important enough, go for it. Like,
You want to feel
the
special.
other way,
huh?
the other
yeah,
way to do
literally,
it,
that is it.
the other way to do it is just be as open as you possibly can. So when someone finds information, you're like, yeah, it's already on YouTube.
There you go.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Live like you have nothing to hide.
Just live with it, you know?
Yep. I sing Elvis every time I'm in the shower. Everybody knows it already. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, you can check it out.
And they're like, well, we're going to blackmail you, Alexi.
Yeah,
You
it's
sing
like-
Elvis terribly.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
1 million views.
Like, what do you want me to do about it?
So yeah, let's move on to more maker news. So there wasn't too many makers I could find this week, but there's some maker related news. Solid Run has made a Raspberry Pi-like computer. Israeli edge computing outfit Solid Run has launched a new lineup of Raspberry Pi-like computers based on NXP's new MX-XM Plus application processor. Solid Run makes edge computing kit containing ARM-based and Intel chips. Earlier this year, it teamed up with some other people, and they made a Linux server. Now, the company has launched 3 new single-board computers, and you should be able to buy them quite soon.
Does it mention which chips do they use? Like, what is the SoC?
Well, just
Let
says
me see that.
NXP's new IMX XM Plus application processor.
Okay, so that sounds like automotive stuff, because NXP does more automotive equipment and maybe industrial.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how makers
It's
could.
aiming for developers interested in machine learning, interference on edge devices for things like face and emotion detection, object detection, and surveillance. So video stuff.
Okay, but it seems like more, not like a consumer thing, more like targeted at
$75.
companies. Okay.
And it's cheaper than Google's Coral dev board, which is $129 currently.
Okay.
But this just came out this week. So if you want to learn more, the website is zdnet.com is where I found this. And then on the similar subject, Asus came out with their own Raspberry Pi-like computer this week. The Asus Tinkerboard SBC line is getting a new edition. The new boards labeled as the Tinkerboard 2 and the Tinkerboard 2S just came out, and it's 1.5 times as powerful as the original Tinkerboard.
Okay.
Both boards are designed to be are designed to use Rockchip RK339 chipset and ARM Mali T860 MP4 GPU. There will be 2 options for memory, 2 gigabytes and 4 gigabytes, and you can supply with 12 volts to 19 volts DC.
Yeah, I checked the previous version of this board, and my main concern is the support for it. Usually the main issue with all of these new development boards, especially there's like a lot of these Banana Pi, like Raspberry Pi knockoffs, etc. They are like
Right.
better maybe in hardware in some way, that they're smaller, or they have a better, like more connection types, or they're more powerful. But the main issue is always in software. There's not enough software support, there's not enough community, and then the board kind of becomes cumbersome. Especially often we would find a really cool board ourselves, we would test in our office, and half of the features are half-baked or they don't work even. So that's the main
Yeah, because
usual
they're
issue.
relying on the community to add
Or
things
yeah,
to it.
or a developer just doesn't have enough resources to finalize every single
Right.
piece
So
of
you're competing when you do one of these. You're competing with the whole Raspberry Pi community.
Yeah, so far the only ones who are succeeding is NVIDIA with their Jetson board. They have a pretty
Right.
nice community, but also they have a really good like backbone, because they they make a lot of stuff for automotive. So all the cars use their board. So it's kind of
And
they
they're
just
using
made it more
Jetsons,
consumer
Yeah, to
friendly.
develop a lot of car stuff.
Yes.
Autonomous driving things.
Yes, I think they're called TX1 and TX2 the board. They're like
Yeah.
the more expensive ones. But it's crazy how much they're able to cut the cost, because the automotive boards, they cost like 1,000 each, 600 each at least. And the Jetson Nano, the cheapest one.
100
No, the
something.
cheapest one, the 2 gigabyte version is like $60.
Okay.
And there's a lot of power in that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that about the whole Raspberry. When did that?
You want to switch the cameras when we're chatting here?
When did like Raspberry? Has Raspberry always been the leader? Like on the?
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't. I think it's. I'm not sure. I don't think it's for profit even. They're just. it's like Linux overall, the same idea. There's like, they release a new board, sure, but then the main thing that pushes it is the community of developers and engineers who
Yeah, how
add
long has
stuff.
Raspberry Pi been going?
It's been like 10 years.
It's got to be over 10 years.
Yeah.
And they've just kind of maintained being the small, cheap computer that you can use to build cool stuff, like Arduinos.
End of February 2012. So 8 years.
8 years
Almost
strong.
9.
So I guess they
Feels like
started
forever.
long before that. It at least takes 2 years to develop something
Yeah, I'm
like that.
trying to think, what was my first 3D printer? I built that like 10 or 11 years ago. I guess it must have been Arduino stuff.
Maybe.
I don't remember anymore. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting. More people are trying to get into this. Zeus, of course, makes PCs and laptops and a bunch of other tech. Will they succeed in this? I don't know. They'd really have to differentiate themselves with something to compete with Raspberry Pi. This looks exactly like a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Probably the same size.
It looks like, but although it looks more like Raspberry 3 maybe, not the new
Like
one.
the layout of the USB ports and the pins.
That looks like
and
Raspberry 3 to me.
even a 4.
Nah,
Pretty similar, but I don't see why would you want to use this versus a Raspberry Pi?
because it's
Not
Asus.
sure yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look. I compared it on Google, and it does look more like a 3 than a 4.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it looks like a Raspberry Pi. If somebody showed me that from far away, I'd be like, that's a Raspberry
Let
Pi.
us
I
know in the
wouldn't know the
chat.
difference.
Does it look more than like a Raspberry Pi 4 or 3? Let us know.
Let's see.
All right, it's a competition now.
Yes, it's a big vote.
All right.
Well, Boland actually said in the chat just now that Raspberry Pi was originally going to be teaching basic computer science in schools in the UK. That's what it was
Okay.
for.
And they scaled out from that.
Yeah.
Everybody's
cool.
like, oh, I want to have that too. And I
Yeah,
wanna
that's
have
crazy
I
that
wanna
it's
have
like
that.
community then took it and they're like, we want to use it for everything else.
They're like, well, I guess we'll pivot.
And they're just kind of like, okay, fine, do it as long as you guys keep doing it. Like, we'll
Yeah.
keep building it.
And they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
We use Raspberry Pis for everything here at Surrogate.
More than
It's our preferred board of everything.
100 running in our office probably right now.
Yeah. And then more in the boxes.
Think of how many in the studio right now.
Too many.
Too many.
Remote.
Also in Maker News this week, Timmy Boy hooked up his Avengers pinball machine. So you can go check that out on SurrogateTV. Super awesome setup. He did an amazing overlay on the screen. He's got the logo. The audio is all set up very nice. It's actually based in the US, so if you are US based, your latency is going to be very, very low. And the game itself is just really cool. I don't know if you guys have been able to play it. No, Stan's been playing
I
it too.
played it a lot. I
It's a
know
good
Mordecai, one of our moderators, played like 250 games already.
Yeah, you can see the leaderboard on the top. Who's in the lead right now? Is it Mordecai?
I think so.
Yeah.
But let's
Pull
see.
it up.
But yeah, it's a great game. If you are interested in hooking up your own pinball machine or becoming a creator, just go to the top of our website where you see on that green little arrow up there and click Become a Creator, and we'll reach out to you and tell you step-by-steps on how you can hook your own stuff up to Surrogate.tv for free.
Yeah, Mordecai has a 40-game lead on
Who's second?
OCD.
Ossity. Oh yeah, I saw
Okay.
Ossity playing like crazy.
Yeah.
Ossity's a really good pinball player too.
The 1 billion club.
He's in the 1 billion club on Batman.
Yeah, and they're way ahead, over 100 games over than third place. So
Yeah, it's a really, really cool game. So Timmy Boy did a great job on that. So you should definitely check it out. All right, let's move on to the next topic of news, and that is robotics news. All right, this week in robotics news, minuscule robots of metal and plastic may revolutionize the field of medicine. Computer graphic of a micro vehicle with iron wheels gold, the gold in there, and polymer chassis red. The vehicle measures just 0.25 millimeters long. Researchers at ETH Zurich have developed a technique for manufacturing micrometer-long machines by interlocking multiple materials in a complex way. Such microrobotics will one day revolutionize the field of medicine, and you can deliver medications through your bloodstream and go to different parts of your body. So similar to what we saw in the last week, those other like magnetic, ferromagnetic robots, they're doing something similar here. This one is actually built. So here's a video that you can see one of these driving around.
Whoa.
So this is a lot more advanced than what we saw. It wasn't like coughing onto a thing full of iron.
Or what was that one that went up the rectum and it was like spinning kind of like magnetic.
Yeah, it would spin up your
Yeah.
intestines. This one actually looks like it'll drive nicely, and the video shows that it does.
Interesting.
How much control do you really have over direction and speed? And I have no clue.
I just imagine same happens as with our Robot
Check
Explorer
that
that
out.
one
There's
time.
more versions right there.
Imagine same stuff.
insane.
Battery low, you lose connection, and then it just goes totally different way. And like, oh, we're sorry to say we don't know where that robot is now in your body.
Well, good thing is everything you're doing, like in this scale, it's externally powered. It's externally controlled, externally powered. So, but that would be pretty fun.
Would be pretty-
Sorry, sir. The robot is head right for your arteries.
Yeah.
yes, we
And
apologize.
it's in a self-destruct cycle.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's weird. It's gonna hurt a little.
It's slowly eating through your heart. Back and forth and
sir,
back and
there
forth.
is something trying to get out of you right now, right there next to
Maybe
your
that's
nipple.
That's not an alien.
That's probably the real story of Iron Man. Remember, with Iron Man, he has the metal next to his heart, and that's why he has
Yeah.
to have the reactor. And that's exactly why he has it, because he used this tech
Right.
to try and do something, and then
And they self-assembled and try to
yeah,
rip
and
his
now
heart
he has
out.
a reactor. He has to carry them
Yeah.
every day. This is fine.
Yeah, but that's an interesting part of the future that's for sure going to come up. It's like, which one of those ways is the one going forward? And probably who's going to get the most funding and who's actually going to deliver something of use that you can't already do with something else, like injections into your bloodstream or surgery or whatever, or just taking normal medicine or sticking it up the other way. Suppository.
I feel like weekly we discuss that, sticking something up the other way. It's like always a robot.
It's always a robot.
There's
Naughty-
always some
naughty
robot.
Always some robot trying to take the human from the ground.
All right, what's next?
All right. Next news in robotics. This is the first look at Company 6's ReadySight situational awareness robot. I'm going to try to turn on the volume here because this is a trailer for a robot. So let's see.
Did the robot make it?
These aren't jobs that are done because they're easy.
He's holding the robot right now.
Such a
That was
brutal
the
voice.
robot.
Jobs that are done because people depend on them.
Are we getting flagged for this?
Nah, we just gotta talk.
Look at that car burning.
Jobs like
Oh
these
no,
guy
I hope they're
crashed.
okay.
step
See, I don't understand where the robot's going to do with that.
Why
truck.
does this remind me of the Will Smith movie Bright?
They may wear different uniforms, but they are all guided by
I don't know
the
what a
same
lot of these
instinct
guys are going to use this robot for, because I actually looked up what this robot is.
into darkness,
Like,
where others
So
can
just wait for it. Wait till you see it.
will not go.
I can understand this, using this robot. So he's got it right there. That's the robot.
It's a speaker.
It's like a
It's a JBL.
It's a
speaker
Bluetooth speaker.
to
It
watch.
Tools that
It's pretty cool once they actually pull it out.
and whenever you need them. That's who we
Look at sewer. Boom!
are. Smart
Throw that robot in the sewer.
oh,
Go through the pipes.
to come out on the other side.
damn, son.
Shaboom! Goes through glass even.
So to those who rush into
Who would ever thought it could go through glass?
I'm just gonna throw it through the glass.
Yeah. Boom! Breaking and entering.
Black Friday through Walmart.
Your new home intruder.
Go get me a TV.
Company 6.
Hosted in Amazon Cloud.
But that's from Sphero, right? As far as I remember.
Yeah, so let me read to you what I got on this press release. Remember Company 6, the Sphero spin-off working on situational awareness robot. Well, we now have our first look at ReadySight, a 1-pound throwable robot that is expected to be available in Q3 2021. It's designed for first responders and other commercial industries. It doesn't look anything like Sphero's RVR robot four-wheeler, which we used for Robot Explorer in the beginning. We used to. It does share a similar color scheme, but it streams video over a dedicated LTE connection, very similar to what we do.
Interesting.
And
Tell
they
me
claim the range and number of viewers is unlimited. Well, that's exactly what we do.
Tell me more.
Tell me more about this Sphero robot here. It's controlled by a user's phone, so they check it into someone's window, as you saw, and it goes through, and then you can drive around and break and enter.
You know what would be epic if somebody just took our SDK, put it there, and that's how they all powered it
That'd
up.
be hilarious. And this is a funny part of it. According to the company, ReadySight can be used during the day or night.
Interesting.
Really?
Wait, night? Night vision?
I guess it's just an IR
No, it
camera.
has a yeah.
It's
Like,
just an
this is
IR
not
camera.
anything special.
No.
It's like it just shuts down at night. You mean when the zombies come out, it doesn't shut off? It offers autonomous and semi-autonomous operations and two-way audio communication. So I guess you can be like, "Oh, you're on fire! Get out of the house!
Hey,
Follow me! I'm a robot."
hey,
They're like, what is going on?
chat. If
It's so
somebody,
small. How small is it though?
It looks to me like it's about this big.
Imagine like house is burning.
Like on the guy's thing, it was like a JBL speaker.
Yeah, but like there's smoke everywhere. And smoke goes up, and there's a little robot on the floor. It's like, follow me. And you're
and
like,
then he's
supposed
melting.
to-
It's like,
Yeah. You're supposed to see it.
I mean, I don't have a
well, I don't know. If
problem
it's,
with that.
I don't know exactly
But I
what they
can-
used for the mission.
I can tell you what, especially when you're having the camera in the front of the robot, as we do on Robot Explorer a couple of times we did, and then you look up, everything looks huge, so it's really hard to understand the scale, for example. So it's like if you're in fire, you're like, what's happening? That's gonna be.
But I guess
pretty
you're calling
scary.
on the ground, so you're below the smoke. So maybe you'd see it, and it's like,
What's with the music, by the way?
Is it waterproof?
it's everything proof, apparently.
Explosion proof.
Hopefully.
I wonder if we can. I mean,
Hopefully.
it's not that hard. It's just two wheels, right? Two motors and a
Yeah,
camera.
I mean, they basically remade the Sphero. We have it. It's like the Darth Vader looking one.
The BB-8. No.
No. There's a tube with two wheels.
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yes.
Ollie with a camera on it is basically
Okay.
what this is.
Is that one of our employees' names? Oli?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what Sphero manufactures. One of our employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 3 subscriptions when you get this. $9 a month, $99 a month, and Responder for $149 a month.
So it's a subscription-based
month?
robot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, per month. Making a small, portable, video-enabled robot has really been our goal since of our founding team in 2012 while we were still working at Sphero, but networks and core technologies simply were not ready. How true. But now they have it, and they are not the only company to spin out of Sphero. In 2017, Misty Robotics split out of Sphero after raising an 11.5 million Series A, and they also make some robots and stuff too. So Sphero has some spin-offs coming out of the company. They make really cool
Robotics for
Robotics and
education.
toys.
Yeah.
yeah.
I really like the ball one, the BB-8, etc. They're pretty cool.
Oh, the what's the ball one called though? It's not called the BB-8.
It's called.
Sphero? No.
Well, that's the company, Sphero.
It's the ball. What is it? The name?
There's a couple of them.
But while
It's like
some.
it's some letters or something.
Sphero Mini.
No.
Yes, that's the small
That's the
one.
small little ball.
Yeah. Maybe it's just called Sphero. That's the
No, it's
Mini
not.
robot ball. Sphero SPRK plus.
Yeah, Spark. That's the
Spark.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But hey, if
Yeah,
there are any
cool
creators listening right now, if you want to make your own Sphero, what was it called? No, the fire. What was the name?
It's called the Ready Sites is the name of the company.
You can make your own. Just use
or
the
company
surrogate-
6 is robot is called Ready Sites.
Just use the SurrogateTV SDK. It's pretty easy. You'll
Yeah,
be
you can
amazed.
hook up this
You can
bot
do
pretty
literally
easy.
the same. You can have many people watching at the same time, low latency controls, camera streaming. You can put an IR camera. There you go. You got
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah,
Wait, so you said it was waterproof?
probably.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, do
I
you,
mean, it's a chuckable robot.
yeah, if you
that goes
toss it
into
at the bottom of the sea, it's
the
gonna
most
like
rugged
roam at the bottom of the
places on
sea.
Earth.
You know what else you can throw though? A Traxxas RC truck.
That's true.
It actually would have been better. You just put a.
Just throw through the window.
And it goes-
Mad? Yeah.
It actually.
smashing all the vases.
I mean, I don't know. I think it would be better. It
We
can
could have done
drive
like
ar-
a
and
Black
it can
Friday
actually
thing and
drive
just join the
around.
masses and drive it through a window.
Well, we can make that. We should copy this exact video, and like have Stan walking through fires. Yeah, the most terrible place.
I just imagine
throw a Traxxas.
we do the same. With,
driving over the walls.
Next shot is of us tossing it in the sea.
We toss it into the highway, and that's where you get that semi truck hitting the wall. Boosh!
we should.
Traxxas,
We should
robot.
green screen out our. We should green screen out our Sphero rover with a bunch of, it has like zip ties and duct tape everywhere. And the same video, all the same, except everywhere there's that.
Yeah, it's
All you see is a
pretty
trailer with like a
ghetto.
Coca-Cola in the back.
ghetto made.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty ghetto made one. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. All right, next topic of news is gaming news. All right, this week in gaming news, why is that the PS5 is outperforming the most powerful console?
It's bigger, obviously.
You can definitely see it's bigger.
It's taller.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Can I throw a guess?
Early, let me tell you what
No.
the news is. Early game comparisons show the PS5 is outperforming the Xbox Series X. Microsoft has been proudly discussing how powerful its Xbox Series X console is for months now. There have been deep dives into the tech inside, promises the world's most powerful console, and even news that the company waited on a specific AMD technology to give it a mysterious edge over the PS5. So on paper, the Xbox Series X looks more powerful than the PS5, but in practice, early game tests show the PS5 is outperforming the Microsoft console. Okay, you wanted to have a guess.
Memory. PlayStation has been very sensitive that they have the fastest memory available.
Yes.
It's not that.
No?
But
Any other guesses?
there's so many. Look, first of all, the new games might not be optimized still for the new.
It's exclusive games.
The other thing is the heat. So maybe because the box for the Xbox is so small, maybe there's not
Nope,
enough vents.
it's not
I haven't
that either.
finished.
Okay.
Haven't
He's
finished.
just gonna throw out all of them.
Yeah,
like-
I didn't finish.
This is gonna be a half an hour podcast of him going through them all.
So not the
yeah.
heat, not games being better optimized.
No.
The other option is that the new games that just got released, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, maybe they're using kind of similar code base, so they don't take advantage of the extra power of the Xbox because it has more teraflops. But if you're not really taking advantage of it, maybe.
Nope. Want another guess?
I think one thing is Gamer Nexus ripped apart the PS5 and found out that the cooling for VRAMs or memory modules is not on par. So temperatures, I don't think is it.
No, I said temperature as
Yeah.
well.
No. It's not that.
Bolan said storage. Not really sure. what
No.
he-
So I'll tell you what it is. Basically, they're just overclocking on the PS5. That's what it seems
They're
like.
what?
They're overclocking the processor more
okay.
than on the Xbox.
Well, that's why it's so hot. Yesterday I checked it. It was offline. The PS5 was offline, and I just had my hand next to it, and it was super hot. It was like a Finnish sauna times 2.
Okay. And apparently, based on your memory thing, Xbox has higher levels of memory bandwidth compared to the PS5 also. But it's still, the PS5 is outperforming because they just have a higher clock rate.
Well, let's see in the long run. That sounds like something's gonna go bad.
But it does say that the Xbox Series X takes a slight lead in 4K and ray tracing performance. The high frame rate runs noticeably better on the PS5, though, with frame rate gaps between the two systems at more than 40 frames per second. Yeah. Anyways, it's probably negligible. You're not going to notice that much of a difference.
I think at the end of the day, people probably buy the more of because PS5 has sold more already, and it's mainly, I guess, people are saying because of the exclusive games are better.
It's also
I mean,
bigger.
that thing is bigger. You would expect
I
they
was
would
surprised.
shove more stuff in there.
Yeah.
To make it better.
Imagine you're just buying a console for your kid and you have no clue about it. So you're like, well, this one is bigger. It's probably better. And you just
Like, should
buy
I get the black modem or should I get the white modem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one looks more like a robot samurai. I'll take the PS.
But I was really surprised how much bigger it is actually
Yeah.
in person. Like I know I've seen the pictures, but still, I
yeah,
was
when
very
you see
surprised.
it in person, you see it on the table, you're like, damn,
Yeah.
that's a huge
Where am I gonna
console.
Much
Put it.
bigger than the PS4.
Yeah.
Imagine
But then
you
you
have
look at
a-
the Xbox, it's like, yeah, it's what I expected.
Yeah.
It's quite small.
But it doesn't really make a difference because it's console. You're most likely going to hide it or just going to sit in one place
And
anyways.
kids are going to like it when it's bigger anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, yours is a puny Xbox and mine's a big
There you
samurai
go.
warrior.
And all like the details that goes into the design doesn't really matter. Again, as long as it looks like that, you can hide it perfectly into your cupboard or wherever you're letting it sit.
Bolan is writing an interesting idea. Maybe they made it bigger so it's easier to make the slim version later on. Because they
Yeah,
do.
PS does do that.
Simple as that, yeah.
Yeah.
Next time they
They're
just
like-
take off the white things on the outside. Like, wow, it's now slimmer.
They're like, well,
That's exactly what it's going to be.
Trim the fat
Those
out.
white things take up a lot of space.
Yes.
And it raises the height by like this much.
just
Like this
intentionally.
much on top of it is nothing.
It's just white plastic.
Yeah, sticking up. Next to slim, they're just going to haircut it.
Zzz.
In other news, it is Black Friday right now because of Thanksgiving.
Are we
in the
going to
US.
watch some video
I'm sure there's already some
compilations?
highlight clips because it's morning the East
Oh yeah,
Coast.
we need to get the videos of people trampling over
Yeah.
each other and ripping Xboxes out of each other's hands. But we don't have that yet.
Imagine
because
if
it
we
didn't
had
start.
a Robo Explorer there. We'd just drive it through a window while in the chaos.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah.
Stan, go get us a
I want an
TV.
Xbox.
And he's controlling the car.
You know it's gonna be.
Stan's like, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I want an Xbox.
I'm
sorry.
just a
Can you save that
law-abiding
for me?
citizen.
Oh, sorry.
I
Okay,
didn't
so-
break any windows.
I just wanted to buy, and then goes to a cashier as the last person in the line because nobody lets us through.
He's just letting everybody
Hey,
pass.
sorry, do you still have an Xbox for me?
No, boy, they've been out for an hour.
But I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered.
They stole it. My stapler. All right. So because of Black Friday, there are a ton of deals happening all over
for
different
Xbox
places.
and PS5.
So here are the top Sony PlayStation deals. I got this off of The Verge. You can see a lot of things have been slashed in price. For those listening, it's a bunch of PlayStation games mostly. Like Final Fantasy is slashed in half. NBA 2K slashed in half. Star Wars Squadrons is down to $17.
Ooh, really?
Not anywhere
wanna
in
get
Finland, I'll tell you that.
Okay, well, we don't celebrate Black Friday or Thanksgiving.
have-
here,
There
so-
was, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yeah, you guys stole Black Friday now.
Didn't you see in
That's
like
true.
Tampere there was like a huge mass of people going to the mall?
You serious?
It's all over the news. Like mainly
But the
16 to
problem-
25-year-olds.
I don't know. In US, the deals seem to be real. Like yesterday, I checked some Black Friday deals, and it seemed like all they did was increase the actual prices.
So
Because-
one time I actually waited in line at Best Buy in US, and I got like a TV for like $50. Huge TV. And it was
Really?
normally like $500.
That's yeah. See, that's
And they only, but the thing is, they had it on the catalog, but they only put 3 on the shelf.
So
So
have
you
to
can
buy-
say they have it, but then you rush. That's why everybody's rushing, because there's only a few amount on the shelves. And once those are gone, they go back to the normal price. So it's until a limited quantity
that
has
is
been
so
gone
mean.
away.
They couldn't do that in
So it's
Finland.
a good idea. But I needed a TV. I went straight to the TV section. I needed it for this office, and I was like, hey, that's the cheap one. Boom.
How many people did you punch on the way?
At least 17 on the way. Lost a shoe.
Like,
Shane,
Lost
you
a
are,
shoe, but then I found the shoes were on
you
sale.
are not
so
a
I got those
law-abiding
too.
robot.
like,
I
come
can
on.
tell you that. No.
So here's also the Nintendo Switch game deals. Of course, these are probably all in the Nintendo store. So Luigi's Mansion is down $20.
Is
Splatoon.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit?
Super Mario Maker is down to $40.
No discounts are
60.
on home circuit? No.
No discounts on home circuit that I can see here, but you might find them at like GameStop or some other places.
Okay.
Here are your Xbox game deals of the week. You've got like your Game Pass Ultimate is down to 30 from 45. Watchdog Legion is down to 37 from 60. Doom Eternal is down to 17. Gears 5 is down to 10. Crap, we just bought it the other day for like $60.
What? We have Ultimate. We get it for free. If
No,
you
it
have
wasn't free.
No, I got it for free.
Did you pay for it?
No, if you there's this Xbox has this Ultimate
Pass,
Game
Ultimate,
Pass,
yeah.
and then you get a lot of games for free.
Oh, so
including-
that was
That's a
included on
monthly
it.
Yeah.
subscription.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'd say honestly, I believe it's really nice. You
So we
get
got it
a
for
lot
free.
of games. Well, we got it as a part of the subscription.
Oh, okay. Well, it's $10 for everybody else. Normally it's $30.
By the way, is that like you can buy 2 terabyte external hard drive? Is that a hard drive or an SSD?
Well, it's in US, so good luck buying it here.
It's a great way to store your. As for the Xbox, so you don't use limited space on your SSD.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
we-
because they have a little external plug
Yes.
in the back of the thing.
We've been downloading some games yesterday on our Xbox, and they weigh a lot. It's like one game is 100 gigs.
Yeah.
So even if you have like 1 terabyte of storage, it's like 10 games, you're out, boy. That's it.
That's true.
And you really don't want to delete them. You gotta wait for a while to get those games installed.
That's how I feel on the Switch. At like home, I downloaded a ton of games, and then you have to throw in a huge 256 gig SD card, and then
yeah.
I'm already filling all that up, and it's like, geez, why are games so big?
You know, they need those models and everything. So
Yeah. But anyways, first world problems we're talking about here. Damn, my games are too big.
just think about it. 6 months ago, world is running out of toilet paper, and now we're like back to our usuals. Well, there's not enough storage in my
Yeah.
new console. What am I gonna do about it?
Do you want to know the reason?
Well, I know the reason. I'm just.
Just come on, come on.
All right. Let's move on to the next topic of news, and that is arcade news.
That was beautiful. Our drinks came like this and back in like
Oh.
perfect sync.
You're perfectly in unison.
Just like we practiced, guys. Good
Just
job.
like we practice.
Before
This
every
podcast is a success.
Before every podcast, it's like a whole
We should do that on
training.
every drink, every
just
time
like-
that we drink.
Took us only 9 weeks to get
Alright.
it, but we got it.
There we go.
Right. Just like we practiced.
7 years training.
So I found this, not too much arcade news specifically this week, but visualcapitalist.com put together a really cool timeline of 50 years of gaming history by revenue streams from 1970 to 2020. And of course, this includes some arcade stuff. You can see in blue, the dark blue there, that is the arcade market. I'll tell you a little bit about all of this. From 1970 to 1983 was the pre-crash era. At first, there was Atari. Early prototypes of the games were built in the 1960s. They came out with Pong. Everything shot up. And then to 1985 to year 2000, the tech advancement race. That's when the arcade market started to drop and home console started to kick up. And then the estimated total console sales by manufacturers since 1970 till now, you can see here is 318 million console sales for Nintendo, 445 for Sony, Xbox only 149, and then you can see the others there.
That's crazy.
The market's been quite huge. If you want to read, this is a really cool article. You can, if you want to get like it's like 3 pages long. It's not that long, and you can get a really in-depth look at the history of the gaming revenue. But then it's shooting up to closer today. Major gaming acquisitions since 2014. So it shows Facebook acquiring Oculus, Tencent acquiring some parts of Supercell for 8.6 billion, and everything
Finnish
is
company.
shifting over. Yeah, Finnish company. Everything is shifting towards mobile. It's saying, and now, and then the question is, what is next? What is coming after that? But yeah, I got this on visualcapitalist.com, and it's called 50 Years Gaming History Revenue Stream.
That's neat. What stands out to you the most here?
What stands out the most here is how arcades just dropped, completely dropped off. Their plateau, it's said in here, was at Space Invaders and Pong at 1977, 1978 area. So
I guess
it's right at that 39 billion on the big blue arcade.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went down, and then I guess they had a small resurgence, and then it just started to go out.
Yeah.
And then mobile just right at the same time started shooting up in red, and then pops off, and now it's the biggest gaming
I guess it all comes to
space
like
in the whole world.
accessibility, right? Phone.
Yeah.
Everybody has a phone. You might not even use a computer, but you'll still have a phone to play on. So
Exactly.
that's
That's true.
Also
Yeah.
microtransactions.
yeah.
I think the next slide, what stood out to me was the handheld devices for Nintendo, how much they raked in.
It's just, oh yeah, handheld right there.
That's crazy.
So they sell more handhelds than actual home consoles.
They have like, what, 430 million, and PlayStation has total sales 535. That's insane. And PlayStation has been around, what, 25 years?
Yeah.
But I guess in that sense, Nintendo is always interesting. You know, they don't go for like, it's all like, you know, there's very like obvious things, like it's the graphics, it's the better thing, like, you know, always making the existing thing just a bit better and like constantly improving that. Theirs is like, hey, let's make a social console. Hey, let's let, like, even with the Switch, the main idea is you can play with your friends and you can take it anywhere, which is like a totally different idea.
It's not about, we have the most powerful handheld
yeah,
console
and we
in
have
the
the
world.
most high-end AAA
It's the
games.
user experience is
It's
on
more like-
point with the Nintendo's.
And that's kind of interesting where with like even the esport graphics are not like the thing. It's totally like the main idea that drives a lot of the game, most of the games, is that it's very fun to play. Like that, it's not about the graphics at all. So it's
Yeah.
You know, not mainly.
I don't,
Yes.
because like if you think about the last maybe 5 years, let's say, the graphics, the change from year to year, it's not that prominent if you think about it. Like if you have
No.
to watch it from like next year, it's like,
Yeah, they always go slightly improved.
Yeah.
But that also to their benefit as well. because you can always improve upon it if it's slight.
But it's a easy model if you think about it, like PlayStation, Xbox, like just make the next more powerful, better console.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's like from 50 years back, they've kind of just gone with the times, but they've never had, I guess, the best console.
Switch is basically
since the
like an
80s.
Android tablet
Yeah, it literally
with some
is.
controllers on the outside.
But you
And
know,
they're still there, like very relevant.
but that's kind of the
people
biggest.
love the Nintendo Switch, and I think it's super fun console.
That's kind of probably the biggest risk if all the game manufacturers, like the game makers, decide, hey, let's just make games on Android and iOS instead, because that's the bigger market. And what we can see right now with games like PUBG Mobile, you can get crazy graphics performance on a mobile phone. Like, it was funny because when PUBG PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds released on the computer, it was horrible to play. You needed to have high-end PC and it still would glitch.
Right.
And then 2 years later, they released it on a phone and it was working amazingly well. And you're like, of
I
course.
think it feels like crap.
Well, I think it's great.
Okay.
I think it's
I'll beg to
amazing
differ.
for what it is for mobile.
I
and,
cannot play a first person on a phone. It is so wonky.
And keep in mind,
I
they're also bringing other games like was it Wild Rift from the League of Legends for mobile phones. It's coming, and that's like showing that hey,
I
now
can
you
see
can
that more
now
than
you
like
can
a
have
first person.
any game, but on your phone you don't even need a huge expensive computer, and you still get same type of an experience, which is pretty cool.
I think even more further shows that you and me, we don't like the mobile FPS games, for example.
Yeah.
It
just
that,
feels
but
weird
That
touching
that
where
means
to-
that there's a whole kind of separate demographic for that then.
Yeah, because well, I mean, the kids are growing up now, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
Is touching touchscreen.
So that
I
kinda
can understand
enabled-
it.
yeah.
I'm just saying for myself, I'd rather have a mouse or
Yeah.
a controller.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great thing.
But I
think
grew
it's
up
a
with
good
that,
thing. Yeah, it's a
so-
good thing for gaming because you're
it's-
just covering so many bases and more people are coming in.
But
Yeah.
it's again the ease of accessibility, right? It's just easier. You have a phone
Yeah.
everywhere. Whenever you have those 5-10 minutes, you can just do something with that certain game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
have
I've
to-
seen some good takes on mobile controls, but I've also seen some terrible takes on mobile controls. So eventually someone's going to figure out like the best.
There's
way
like a
of doing it.
nostalgic moment right
But
now.
it is
you know, like,
interesting-
gaming will always be there for us.
Always.
For me,
In any way.
For me, what's interesting is how Android becoming more and more like a video game platform in a sense, because like Oculus is all built on Android. Like you can install any Android app to your Oculus, which is a
Okay.
VR gaming headset, right?
To
And
your
we're-
Quest.
Yeah, so the Quest runs on
Yeah.
Android.
But
They have
not,
like
not
their
like my
own.
Rift. It's all PC.
Yeah,
stuff.
but you get the idea. And then phones run Android. The Switch basically runs on the ARM processor, so technically it can run Android. I think even somebody made it run
I think
Android.
Linus Tech Tips did
Yes.
Android on a Switch.
And now with the MacBook also going to ARM, potentially could run. I don't know. Everything is moving to that world where hardware and software is. I don't know. To me, it feels like more and more mobile is becoming a game engine for even like maybe potentially
Well, as
AAA
you can
games.
see on this, like the revenue on mobile is just going up. No end in sight until something else comes out, like AR gaming, where the controller is your hands and then just in your eye and your
But that's what.
That means consoles are going
That's
to be
like
what
like
they're-
Total Recall or whatever it was.
consoles
Yeah.
going to be like a luxury gaming good soon.
That's what they're doing
Yeah,
with.
that's going to be a retro gaming.
Oh,
You
man,
use a
don't say
phone?
that.
That's retro.
But that's what
I'm
they're.
all about this.
Yeah, I'm doing this in the
I'm
air.
doing this. And then eventually it's like, that's so retro. I'm using my tongue.
Thoughts. Know your thoughts.
I
Yeah.
just killed 20 people in PUBG
with the tongue.
with
Great.
my tongue.
Every time you kill them, so you have to
I
flick it like a
imagine-
snake.
I imagine. I wonder
Everybody
if
on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm just checking my email.
I wonder if.
Top 10.
I wonder if you can use Face ID on the iPhone because there's a bunch of sensors on the front of the screen, and you can just use that to aim. You just look around, you know.
Yeah,
with
eye
your
tracking.
You use eye tracking.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm saying this every week, but I was doing some eye tracking stuff.
Here we go. can we get like a
Back
button?
in
Wait, do
university.
that. Wait, listen to this.
all right.
Back in university, I was doing
Good.
this eye tracking because there was a company that came out called, I believe it was called Litro. Litro. They make a camera. They make a camera that takes pictures in all depths, all focus depths. So if you click on the part of the picture, it focuses to that. You click on the back, it focuses to that. So you can have like this picture that you can see at any focus. So I was trying to track the eyes on a photo like that so you could see when you would look at something, it would focus and it would feel more real. Because if you can move your eyes, it's just like how you do in normal life. You look at that and it's in focus. You look at this, and then in focus and everything gets blurred.
Can't you just take a photo with like F-22 and the whole thing's in
No, but the
focus?
idea would be that it's like you could do that into a game.
Oh, okay.
And then or into something else, and you could focus on certain things. Everything else blurs, and then on that you wouldn't have to process those things. You could put full like effects on that one little space that you're looking at. Everything else is out of focus, so you have less processing power. Then you could run things on lower processing computer.
That's basically
Anyways,
huge things in
Super
VR,
cool thing.
and,
Still, no one's really doing it besides Vario.
Yeah.
Is doing it with their VR headsets, and they're actually eye tracking and doing exactly that system.
But I think in Facebook they're also talking about on the last game for the Oculus VR that John Carmack was talking about that. I think it's John Carmack, right? That's the CEO of Oculus. Anyway,
I don't know.
it's the guy who made Quake.
Okay.
Or Doom. Ah.
Okay.
Quake. Anyway.
No,
but they were also,
Oculus is Palmer Luckey.
no, that's the original CEO.
Yeah, he left.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Anyways, yeah, keep going.
Anyway.
But yeah. So let's move on to the next thing in arcade. Because it's Black Friday, a ton of these mini arcade systems, like the Arcade One, and this one is the My Arcade. These are all on sale now at your Walmarts and your wherever. So if you have been eyeing these, go check them out. There was a whole website
They're
that
pretty
was just
fun.
showing like all of the different ones that are on sale now for Black
I
Friday.
think we have one in our office.
We do.
Can we find it?
We tried to find it last time, and it used to be on top of that big arcade there.
All right. Well,
Anyways, yeah, we have a My Arcade.
yeah, I played a couple of these at CES. Oh, there we go. We got one. Pretty nice. The screen is really nice. It's super playable. Does feel like you're playing a real small arcade.
Yeah. This is about the size of the one that... This is the exact same one they showed in the pictures here. So you can get like a whole collection of these.
The only
We are not
Obviously
sponsored by
not
them.
sponsored.
the one thing I don't understand is like why didn't they make like a huge collection of games on it? Because it's like one game per this arcade.
Because they can sell more.
Well,
You can decorate it to that specific game, sell that, and you decorate it on
I
the
guess
Space
from
Invaders.
business, yeah.
But yeah, it's Black Friday, so if you were eyeing one of these are on sale at different places, and Walmart even has like the big versions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Walmart's been having those for a while. It's kind of like, it's like ours, but a little bit smaller. And you can buy those for like a couple $100.
I thought these were like some sort of collectibles.
These are collectibles.
No, the bigger, even the bigger ones.
Well, the bigger ones.
Or do they just make new
That's
ones?
a new
I
one.
think I think it's Arcade One or Arcade One Up or whatever it's called. They make bigger
1UP.
versions at Walmart,
Oh.
and you can just build them up, and you can play. I don't know if it uses Pandora or what, but
Pandora Box 6.
or is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's
Pandora
what it's
Box
called.
6. All right, let's move on to the next topic of news, and that is esports news.
Surrogate Esports. It's in a game.
It's in the game. All right, this week in esports news, Intel Future Gen program returns for 2021. National Student Esports, NSE, the official body of university esports in the UK, has announced that the Intel Future Gen program will be returning in 2021. The initiative, which launched in 2019, aims to cultivate new esports talent from UK universities. Like previous years of the program, a total of 10 students will be selected to participate alongside the students selected for the 2020 program, which was cut short due to the COVID pandemic. Intel people say a lot of good stuff here, quotes, tons of quotes. But if you want to take place, you have to be a student in a UK university and just do good in games. And
Essa desperately applying to study in Cambridge so she can participate in an esport competition.
I'm out of it. Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's getting university students in the UK at least opportunity to get into the esports industry and maybe make a career out of it. So,
But that's crazy because I feel like every week you bring up something new like this that is enabling students, young people into
yeah.
esports.
I mean, esports is a younger generation thing, and they're all just getting into school. And like we saw the mayor of London a couple weeks back. They're investing in esports tournaments or esports leagues in London because they think it's going to be a boom to employment in the areas for
Some reason.
or
yeah.
Australia
I mean, there's a lot of
having,
things like running these big events could employ a lot of people.
Yeah,
Not
that's
just the
true.
gamers, but everybody who makes the event.
And it's
videographers and lighting
and then there's going to be
everything.
new companies around it. Or
Yeah, so it's very interesting. the future will be more gaming. It's 100%.
Especially this
more
time.
entertainment.
Especially this time we're living right now. You know, people are forced to be indoors and play more.
It's going to be more entertaining, but also with the entertaining, everybody wants to be the best and competing.
But I mean,
and then everybody wants to watch that. So it just keeps going.
It is crazy how gaming is everywhere nowadays. Like, I cannot imagine like 15 years ago seeing a huge billboard like of a whole building saying Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out next week.
But
and now you
can.
see it everywhere. Like, everybody is enjoying gaming so much.
Yeah. It's not just a younger generation thing. It's
Everybody.
everybody grew up, even from the 80s, you grew up with consoles. So you were gaming, and now everybody's growing up. You're now in the 30s and 40s from those areas, that generation, and you still want to keep gaming. It's still fun.
But that's pretty cool
It
because
doesn't
like
stop being fun.
in the future, you know, we can, if we get kids or whatever the case is, you can play with them because they'll come to you like, Dad, have you played Modern Warfare 19 yet? And you'd be like, son,
Son, let me tell you a story.
give me those
I'll
headphones.
tell you a story about GoldenEye.
You don't know anything about these
007.
pre-game lobbies.
Opens a golden case, and there's like a floppy disk with
Yeah.
like Digger 1 or some other
Exactly.
game.
It's the original floppies.
Yes.
Like, we are going to load 12 floppies to
Yes.
load this game.
Or-
And then you're going to play it and like it.
And then imagine that dongle system for you to be able to hook up a floppy drive. There's like a USB, like some floppy disk USB reader goes to USB-C. Then it's
you
10
mean
years
to run
later.
on
There's
a-
some other one. Then you connect to this wireless connector, and then you maybe get something.
You just got to run on the original hardware.
But like your son comes to you and says like he's being bullied, and it turns out it's like on a lobby of a game, and you're just like, give me the headphones. I'll show you like it's 2009 how to talk to these noobs.
Those
These
were the best
noobs.
times.
They're like, hey, no one uses noobs anymore, boomer.
It's like, hey, your mom is.
You're not a noob.
Imagine.
Or did I say nudes or did I say noobs?
I'm
think I
not
said
sure. I think
nudes.
you might have said nudes.
No one says nudes anymore.
Never mind. Maybe we shouldn't hop on.
Noobs.
Imagine in 10 years there will be no IP address. It'll be something totally different. And the whole term, I'm gonna find you by your IP address and get to
I'm
you.
going to call the internet police on you.
Yes.
Like that guy. We're going to backtrack your IPs. Call the internet police.
I don't
let's-
think that exists yet.
Oh, it exists.
Yet, actually, probably.
In
They're
Finland,
coming
it
for you,
exists.
man.
Really? So you can go to internet police.
Yeah.
Really?
Cyberbullying.
Oh man, I miss the wild west internet.
Internet police. Come on.
Well, if you think about it, it's just more and more people
Do
online.
they get to have a siren on top of their car
Yeah.
and drive? "Oh, this is an
No,
internet
they do it. They
emergency."
do it with their mouths. They come in, they're like beep, bop, beep. Bop.
You're like, minimize your browsers. The internet police is coming through.
It's like the
police.
Microsoft Office. This clipboard appears. You know the old Microsoft Office.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
this
the little paper clip.
Yeah, paper clip. But it's
Hi,
like
I'm
this
the internet
Finnish
police.
police.
Oh, that
Hey,
guy.
you
I
should
noticed
stop.
you're being bullied.
Yeah.
You should stop.
Hey
no,
there.
no, you should
Has
stop.
someone
Yeah.
been mean to you?
Yeah.
That
Yes,
would be
the future is
interesting.
scary. All right, next part of the news. ESE Entertainment enters asset purchase agreement for Kick Esports Club. Entertainment and technology company ESE Entertainment has entered into an asset purchase agreement with Kick Esports Club. The deal will see ESE acquire all sets relating to and required for the continued operations of Kick. The European organization was founded in 1998 and has fielded numerous teams across a wide variety of titles.
So what does ESC do? What is their main core business? Do you know?
Kick is one of the longest standing esports organizations in existence, and this deal will secure a future for them. Ambitions for ESC and the organization are high, and they're going to keep expanding in the coming months. ESE. Put me on the spot here. Let me
Electronic
see.
supplier of Europe.
I don't know what it means.
Or it's like
ESC.
maybe it's
Entertainment.
ESA. ESA, did you buy Kick? And we just wrote the name wrong on
Yeah,
the.
someone got the last. I don't know. Like, come
Essa-
on. It was not a small purchase.
ESA.
Yeah.
Can somebody?
I don't know what ESC stands for.
Yeah.
Oh, we're finally using a soundboard.
Finally, he gets it right. That was perfect.
Spoil.
But,
There's so many different ESCs.
But apparently this is quite big news right now because this is one of the oldest esports organizations.
But in which like what games does the club play? Because I haven't heard of them. This Kick.
Apparently they play everything.
Okay.
It's since 1998, so it's not like it's specifically something that's
Okay.
just now. But yeah, you can learn more about this if you go to esportsinsider.com. Now let's move on to the next topic of news this week, and that is in the surrogate news. Well, I got an arcade out of that portal.
Oh, so that's how we buy stuff.
Yeah, just whoop. Every podcast, it just falls on the floor. All right. So as I said already, Timmy Boy hooked up his Avengers. So you want to go check that out on SurrogateTV. And if you want to become a creator like Timmy Boy, you can click this Become a Creator button on the top of the website, and we will reach back out to you and let you know how you can start creating your own game. Now, am I allowed to finally tell about this thing? People keep asking me now.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell about it this week? And I'm like, I don't know.
The chat was asking before we went live already. Can we talk about?
All right, so I'm gonna give
whatever
you
it is.
I'm gonna give you that same preview as last time.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna try to quickly. What if it doesn't?
Should
do
we get
it?
Mehdi in here so we can have a heart
we
attack?
have-
Ready? Here, see what you can get out of this video.
I'm
Here
just
we
gonna
go.
pause it.
Go, Brett!
Boom. Did you see anything?
No.
I saw black screen.
Don't do it again.
No.
Oh!
There you go.
Oh no.
There you go.
That's,
That's
uh,
all we
that-
can show.
that-
Anyways, for those who don't know, we've been hinting at this for like 2 or 3 weeks, but apparently we're under NDA and we cannot talk about it yet. But it was a big project we did with a big company, doing something with SurrogateTV, and that's about all I can tell you. And we want to share it, and it's a cool video, and there's some big celebrities involved. But I
we
guess we
can't
gotta
say.
wait maybe till next week then.
You know
all I
what?
can share. Proceeds
Maybe
to tell
next
more.
time. Maybe next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. All right. Just
I
like
just imagine year 2022, we have Robot Ninja podcast episode.
so can we share it this
Yeah.
week?
316.
Yes.
No, still under NDA. Can't
Sorry.
share.
Sorry.
All right, next week.
Maybe next week.
All right, so Robot Explorer.
This was one of the dangerous one.
We have every single Wednesday at 4 p.m. here finish time, which is GMT +2, or 9 a.m. East Coast
It's 3
US.
p.m.
No,
It's at 3 p.m. GMT +2.
not according to this.
You should change your.
Anyways,
We went through this last week. You I don't know why you changed the GMT.
I changed the GMT to +2.
Yeah,
That's
but it's-
correct.
Like why? The time zone doesn't change.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Does
It
it?
change
Yes.
because the summer winter. Hello.
But
Hello,
don't
sir.
they
This already happened a
also?
You
month ago.
should know your.
Anyways,
Facts.
Okay.
let's
Then
get back
I'm wrong.
on topic here. So Robot Explorer happened just like every week, and what we do is we drive a robot out into the wild, out into the world, on a 4G network through SurrogateTV, and we do different things. The week last week we did sushi delivery. We went and picked up my lunch at a mall, delivered the sushi all the way back to our office, and I ate it. And then this last week we took the robot out into the forest.
It was
Alexei
scary.
dropped us off in the middle of a forest. We didn't even know where we were. And we started trying to find our way out of the forest. There was no humans there. And then it started getting really pitch black. And you're going to see right now how that looks.
INET 6, INET 6, INET.
What?
We were
Stan's
trying.
bugging out. He's lagging.
Let's see.
I was not happy on that.
This is our view. It was raining. It was nighttime at like 4 p.m. And
Everything went wrong.
everything was going wrong. It started getting even darker, even darker.
Our lights
Then we started to
going
use so the chat started to send where they think we are physically. They were sending us Google GPS coordinates, and we were trying to figure our way out, and we just couldn't. And then we found some landmarks, and then who was it? Carlito.
Carlito
found
figured
out
out.
exactly where we were, what forest, what spot, and from there we started to discern where we have to go. I then had to leave. Or wait.
We didn't stay.
Oh, then the light turned out, so the light ran out of battery. So we're driving around in a
Right.
forest in the darkness. It's raining. Don't know where we are. The maps don't make sense anymore because you can't see the ground. So we're trying to count street lamps, and that's not working because that's the only thing you can see. And then,
This is where we got stuck.
did we get stuck right before I left?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
Stan here got stuck
no.
in a ditch in the middle of a forest. We don't know where it was. You want to tell something about that?
well, we lost our connection for a second, and sometimes when it loses the connection, it starts just going whatever was the last button. So it started going somewhere.
Yeah.
And we ended up in a ditch. We got stuck. We couldn't move. And then with the chat, we tried to figure out where we are using the IP address. That didn't help. It said
Yeah.
you are in Helsinki.
It's like, oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, so that wasn't helpful. And then we had to end the stream a bit abruptly as we couldn't figure out what to do. But then we went on a special mission with Emily since Carlito, one of our users, figured out whereabout is the location. We
Yeah.
went to that location exactly. He put us like a trail where it should be. And there was nothing.
Yeah.
So then we started thinking with Emily, is it actually the place? We went to the bridge and like, well, the stairs kind of look similar, but this bridge, because when you're driving on the camera on the small bot, everything looks super big.
Yeah.
So on that, the bridge looked really big, and this was like a really tiny bridge.
Yeah.
And then we already gave up. We had a call with Carlito because he was trying to help us out, but we couldn't find it anywhere. We already gave up. Emily already went somewhere away. I thought he already was in the car because it was pretty cold.
Yeah.
And then I go to him and was like, hey, I give up. I cannot find it anymore. I wrote in the chat, hey, unfortunately, we lost the new GoPro and the new RC tray. I was pretty sad about. And he was like, you know what? I was looking at the lights, and it was just like constellations, and I think I know where it is.
What?
Because on the car, on the video, it looks like these lights, because they're so up, they look like constellations. You could
Right.
say. And there's, I think, because Carlito said we went back towards the bridge, but we actually didn't. We thought we did. So when we walked for the last guess where it could be, and it was somewhere stuck in a tree, in a branch of a tree. So we found it. We managed to get it back to the office, and everything is still working. The only thing that happened was the power bank ran out, but everything is still working.
So what was it? A stick got stuck in the wheel,
The
and that's why
stick
you
got
couldn't
stuck
move.
between the front two wheels
Yeah.
in a way that there was just no way to
To move. So it was in the spokes of the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but
But yeah, it's always something, usually with our Robot Explorer. Something goes wrong, especially, come on, we put the bot in the middle of the night
yeah, the
in
darkness,
a forest with no lights, all turn off, and then,
the darkness is the worst.
yeah, and it was raining, like, so it was an interesting stream. So if you didn't get to check that out, you can go to our YouTube.
Super hectic.
But one thing,
You can go to our YouTube and you can check the
I
whole stream
can
out.
vouch for sure that this is a pretty waterproof setup, because it was heavy rain, and everything
Yeah,
kept
and we're
working.
going through the mud and the water and everything.
Everything kept working, so I'm pretty happy with that.
It's weird to me how the internet cut out, because when I took it there was internet, but then I went through this like new housing development, and I got 2 bars of internet.
Yes.
So it
So-
cut out. Then I walked into this forest like for 5 minutes, and perfect bars, like full. But then Stan told me that it had cut out, and I was in the middle of the rain, and I had to open the whole kit and everything to reboot it, obviously.
Right.
And then that's when I cut myself and blah blah blah. And
Yeah,
Alexi
that's
cut
another
himself.
story. Alexi managed
He's
to cut
very
himself
sad.
a
He cut
bit.
himself.
That's a pretty mean joke. Let's. I
I
don't know.
Why did he cut himself?
Yeah.
because I couldn't get the pins off the.
I don't know how though. It's so easy.
It wasn't. I couldn't because it was wet and it was outside, and I don't know, man. And then I was just
All right, well, that was our Robot Explorer on Wednesday. You can check it out every Wednesday, streaming at 3.
3 p.m.
Finish
no,
time.
but the thing is, I think we're
But
gonna
we
start
change it all the time.
doing
so
it even earlier. This darkness is getting, like, even if
Or
we
we need
started,
better lights that
even if we
last
start,
longer.
or
I don't
IR
think lights are gonna
camera,
be the
or something
solution.
like that. Even if we started free, by 4 it's already dark. So
Yeah.
in the first 30 minutes we have some light, and then we're done.
Yeah.
So we might have to do it like at 1.
now sunset is at almost at 3.
But the problem is,
it's crazy.
we know a lot of you guys in US cannot watch it if it's like at 1, especially if you're in the West Coast.
Maybe
So-
we could ask the community, like, what do you think we should do? Like,
'Cause
what would
it's-
work for you guys that
Yeah.
works maybe for us as well? Like, throw suggestions on like times.
I mean, in
Perhaps.
summer it's not a problem because there's brightness all the time.
Yeah, in
but in the-
springtime. So
Yeah, you can join our Discord and let us know what you think about the Robot Explorer and hashtag Robot Explorer.
but
in
we will.
other news,
Sorry, we will try to go indoors more though.
Yeah,
So that's the
we have
solution.
some ideas for
yeah,
indoors.
that's the solution.
Also, last Friday, SumoBots Battle Royale, the game where you can battle real robots over the internet, had a live stream. We have a live stream hosted every single Friday. This Friday is no different. I will be hosting today. at 19 Finland time, GMT +2. That's 12 noon in East Coast US. Currently, right now, the leaderboard has changed since last week. Right now, Wilburst has dropped down to 2nd place. Jeffman has shot up to 1st place. And we're seeing the reemergence of Mordecai right here in 10th. He just popped into the top 10.
A wild Mordecai appears.
A wild Mordecai appeared.
What will he do?
So, what we do every single week on the live stream, which we're going to have in
2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours and 20 minutes, we give away prizes every single tournament. It's a 2-hour tournament, so it doesn't matter where you are in these leaderboards. This is the Season 2 leaderboard. But on that day, it's whoever wins the most. Top 3 get prizes. We ship it directly to you. Real physical prizes.
And we announced the prizes here now.
Do you have the prizes with you?
Of course.
Oh.
So we got 3rd place. Do I toss them to you?
Toss them to Stan.
I cannot catch stuff.
Lights.
Oh.
Yeah, don't hit the light.
3rd place.
That's 3rd place?
2nd place coming in.
Okay.
It's
so far,
a-
so good.
Pokeball.
Pokeball for
And
Wait,
2nd
but
place.
what's the what's the
his
name
name
of
is Poliwhirl.
Poliwhirl.
Yeah.
Poliwhirl.
Poliwhirl.
Yeah, don't look at it too much.
And then this last one should fly, but he's not going to. That's a cool one. I've kept that close so nobody can steal it.
Yeah, that's like a weird looking guy.
It's
His name is Aerodactyl.
yeah, that's Aerodactyl. True.
Pokemon theme returns.
These are the prizes for today. So if you want to play, you can come in a couple hours here on SurrogateTV. This is the current leaderboards on SurrogateTV for Surrogate created games. Right now, Lunar Braxton, Robin, and Ulcity are still top 3 for Batman. Kevnik, Copycat, and Ash top 3 in Race Real Cars. Pruned, Ulcity, and KLM top in Oktoberfest. Sumobots, Jeffman, as said, is first now. Wilburst and Ulcity. And then, also in Mario Kart, Jeffman is first, followed by FX Trader and Drewy.
Has anybody beat out Jeffman in a while in the Mario Kart?
Didn't he do a new record?
I think
now?
he just did a new record.
He did
Oh.
a couple
yesterday.
of new records.
Okay.
So he went
Okay.
from 134 to 133, and then he decided, nope, not good enough. 132,550.
Jeffman's a boss on this
I
game.
can't even
Yes.
get under 2 minutes.
Yeah, like how?
Wow.
Well, some people have skills.
Yeah, he's got the skills. Just like Kevnik has the skills on 143 Race Real Cars.
Or Prin has on
Unbeatable.
Oktoberfest, 1,000 games.
Yeah, Pruned is,
Or he has a
Wait,
lot of time.
1,000 games?
Pruned is a badass too.
1,000 games already on?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest, 1,000 games.
Mind blown.
Like he
Crazy.
beat that
No one's
1,000
gonna beat
in the
Prune.
first month.
Yeah.
Really?
After the
Prune,
first month, he was already like through the 1,000 mark.
What?
Prune cannot be
what?
beat.
That's
Because if you try to top him, he's gonna come back and shoot another 1,000
another
games
one,
on top
another
of you.
1,000.
So,
another
so
one.
someone should beat him. Just
Jeff
so.
Man is
You're gonna try?
laughing in the chat.
Ooh, there's a challenge. Can somebody be pruned on Oktoberfest? Games
Whoa.
played. So we got the top clips of the week. This was submitted by Jeffman98 in the Discord community. So if you're not there already, you can go to discord.gg/SurrogateTV. Go to the hashtag Surrogate Specific Media and post your clips. This one is called Last Second Overtake by Jeffman. So now keep an eye on the top left person. He then crashed into the wall and boom, last second, the bottom right one took the spot.
Oh, that was the finish line. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me replay that. Bottom right is Jeffman who submitted this clip. So watch the bottom right. Soon as the green hits the wall, boom! Last second overtake.
We need the clip at this with what's that? Robert D. Wadey in the end. What's that?
Womp, womp,
Yeah,
womp.
no. It's the other one where it's like the ending of the movie, kind of like it's a flop, and then the Robert D. Wadey. Okay,
What was that supposed to be?
Crickets.
I'll find
That's
it.
not a cricket. That was like a humming. That was
They
like a
are. Hey,
Tweety
hey now.
bird or
They're
something.
tropical crickets. You don't know
Oh.
where they live.
Well,
Let me.
Florida's tropical.
Malaysia.
I haven't heard no crickets like that.
There's this. It's a meme, so I can show it on. I guess it's a meme
What is the meme? What are you talking about?
that. You know this one?
Oh,
It's the directed by Robert D. Wadey. you
By the
know?
way, Jeffman just said that in the chat. That he-
directed by Robert.
Je-
Do you know the TV show?
B Way. What? I don't know the
Yeah,
TV show.
that's from a TV show.
Okay.
They took it from a TV show.
All right.
It's like something happens. And
Anyway, the meme is when it's a flop, you know? Like this was a flop. The guy was about to finish. He
Okay,
didn't.
got
And
it.
it's the end of the show.
The jokes aren't
Yes.
good when you have to explain them. Sorry.
All right. The other
we need
top
that sound in our soundboard.
Every
okay,
time.
true.
The other top clip of the week was submitted by Ryder Liangle, and they titled it "Stacked by Zombie Bot." So check this out. They're facing at the last. Platforms are about to drop, and look at that orange one, or that pink one.
It's still in play?
But watch, the pink one covered the green one, and now the green one's driving it like it's a hat.
What day was this? Do you know?
It was a couple days ago.
Sumabot skinning confirmed. Wait
Yeah.
for the loot boxes.
Yeah, but you got it's a really nice hat by that zombie.
A couple
bot.
days ago?
But it was dead. Yeah, it was a few days ago.
didn't
Maybe
have sumo bots
yesterday.
2 days ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday,
Maybe.
you mean?
Maybe it was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But watch,
Is it-
here we go again. Green one is like, wait a minute,
I'm
I'm
still alive.
That's when you have that song.
Mordecai, if you're listening, we need that clip in the bot that keeps giving up the gifts for some of
yeah,
the
the
announcements.
gift. But yeah, that sums up the Ninja Robot podcast. We're going to be back again next Friday with all of the week's top news in games, robotics, esports, arcade maker, and of course, SurrogateTV news.
And while we can't give any spoilers, we do have something cooking right now, right, Shane?
Oh yeah, we got some big stuff actually happening. We have an internal company hackathon. So we started on Thursday. We're actually in the middle of the hackathon right now. And we're hacking our way through Monday and Tuesday of next week to bring a couple games to you guys really soon with some big stuff. I would say
new
some pretty
stuff.
big new stuff that should be really fun. So the whole team right now is working on one specific task for the next 3 working days. So maybe next week or maybe the week after we will launch, and we'll announce to you guys what that is as soon as we know that it works, because we're still hacking it together.
Yeah, but there's actually a lot of there's a lot of things happening at the same time with this hackathon. There's like the main
Yeah.
goal, but also a lot of
Things on
new
the sides.
things for the game creators and for the even existing games coming up at
That's
the same
true.
time.
There's a huge thing coming for game creators right
yes,
now.
and also for
Huge.
gamers themselves.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah. All fronts are being pushed in the next 3 days. See how it works so far, but it's pretty fun. We've all been filming the entire time, the whole process. We've been eating a lot of good food.
We've been
drinking
coding.
a lot of good drinks,
Testing.
having dinners together, working late. But things are looking really, really positive, and we can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be pretty awesome.
And the jokes are just hilarious.
The jokes are hilarious. Alexi has them all on film, I'm sure. Boom!
Finally,
Nice.
perfect timing. Whoa.
That timing was on point.
The sound effects
Yeah,
are.
we need more sound effects next
Shane
time.
like that. I saw that. little
Boom! Ta-dum! Boom!
We need Esco's soundboard, you know? Oi, oi, oi.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It's a nasty situation.
I think it really shows that we're a little sleep deprived around here. Just a little bit.
Past couple days has been a
Yeah.
little intense.
We're only on day 2.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's funny. We've been working till somebody were working till 3 a.m. yesterday, and then somebody came up with the idea that the meeting today is at 10 sharp.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even show
And
up.
then you were the one who said,
You
let's
were
move
late.
it.
Let's
Yes.
move it to 10:15.
Yes.
But hey, thankfully you said in the morning when everybody probably pretty much woke up for it.
I don't think anybody knew until I added everyone. And then they all woke up at 10. They're like, oh crap, I got to get there at 10:15.
Yes.
That's so true.
In any
Anyways,
case,
that is the end of the week podcast. We'll be back next week with all the news in those topics. I'm Shane Allen,
this is Stan the Man.
Stan the Man. This is Alexi and Essa in the background here. Wish you guys a good weekend. If you're interested in playing Sumo Bots, we'll be back in a couple hours. I'll be hosting tonight. Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Bye-bye, everyone.